Hey everyone, it's me Drew, and today we're going to be going over Cheek to Cheek, the duet album by Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett. The traditional pop and jazz album released in 2014, and while it might seem like a strange move for Gaga, the two had known each other for quite some time. The two artists first met in 2011 during a charity event, and later that year they recorded a rendition of Lady and the Tramp for Bennett's second duets album. The two artists immediately kicked it off and wanted to create a duets album themselves, with the main goal in mind is to reintroduce these classic songs and sounds to a younger generation. While this might seem like an unusual genre for Gaga, she's had a fascination with jazz music since she was young and has often done jazz sets throughout her career. Most notably, during A Star Is Born, she's done a version of Livy on Rose. She's done a couple of Sinatra songs during a jazz night at Hollywood, and then she's also done a whole jazz and piano set during a Vegas residency. In terms of a little bit more in regards to the vinyl on the album, the main artwork here was just a photo taken of them. It wasn't necessarily staged or planned, it was just a capture of the moment of the two artists holding hands. While this is the standard version of the album with the New York newspaper in the background, the deluxe version just features this artwork. As there are some solos within the album, they've labeled this in a really nice way. You can see at the bottom here that they have a heart and lipstick icon. So wherever these are labeled throughout the track listing, these labels which songs are the solos for each of the artists. Now, as this is a gatefold, on the inside cover, we have all the lyrics, but on the other side, we have a photo of the two artists, which looks like it could have been taken in the 1950s or 60s. And for the vinyl disc itself, we have a classic black pressing. Personally, I love this genre of music. Whether I'm listening to Frank Sinatra, Aretha Franklin, this album, or any of those artists, it just really takes me back to when I was about 8 years old, sitting in the backseat of my non-normal Statesman while they're blasting Gold 104 on the radio. Just that entire generation, whether it be musicians or otherwise, they're just true gentlemen and ladies. They were the ones that it wouldn't matter what they're doing that day. If it was a lazy day at home or they had to do some garden work, they would always at least be wearing a button-up shirt. And I feel like for the musicians of that generation, they didn't necessarily care about how they danced or how they looked, or necessarily, let's say, the spectacle of it all. It was just about the music. They just wanted to entertain everyone with quality and authentic music. So in terms of a favorite song off the album, I can't say I really have one. It's just the overall genre and the memories and the place it takes me to when I listen to it that really connects with me and just really brings me back. In terms of the critical reception of the album debuted at #1 on both the Billboard and ARIA charts. This album's debut made Tony Bennett the oldest person to ever debut at #1 at 88 years old, which is absolutely insane to think about because with the next album, he's probably going to beat it again. Overall, I think it gave everyone a very clear understanding that Lady Gaga isn't just your mainstream pop artist. This album very clearly demonstrates her skill set and range as an artist and a musician. So in terms of what's next for the two artists, the second album has been in the works for quite some time, but is finally getting released. Love for Sale is coming out October later this year, and they've recently released the first single, I Get a Kick Out of You. Unfortunately, it's not all good news though. In 2016, Bennett was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, and Love for Sale is going to be his last ever album. For promotion of the new album, there were two live shows called One Last Time, an evening with Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga, in which these were Bennett's final live performances. You can already pre-order the new album. I've already locked mine in. Usually I ordered the colored vinyl, but for this one I ordered the picture disc edition. If you haven't listened to the album or the new single, definitely check it out and leave a comment below in terms of what song off the album is your favorite. Thank you very much for watching. It's me, Drew, and I'll see you next time.